Good day and welcome to Predators Proclivity, a podcast where we look at data from the season for the NHL Nashville Predators and make comments upon it. I'm your host, Preston Proctor. Well, I guess first things first, shout out to Ovechkin for his 900th goal. 900th goal. Yeah. The first person to reach that level, I guess. Let's see who. I guess Gretzky had 895. Yeah. So Alex Ovechkin. He's 40. 40. Got it in a big win, 6-1 over St. Louis last night. So congratulations to Alexander Ovechkin. He's 40, he looks 100. But, hey, apparently he still can play. That's what matters. I kind of wonder how much longer that will be the case, but still, there he is. So congratulations to Alex Ovechkin with the Washington Capitals. Not the opponent today and not the team that we are talking about. So, let's get to it. Yes, sirree, Bob. Here we are, November 6th, and the Philadelphia Flyers are in town. The Flyers are tied with the Capitals, so there is some relevancy to mentioning them. Interesting thing, the Metropolitan Division, all the teams are separated by 4 points. You got 2 at the top with 18, the New Jersey and Pittsburgh. And you got Carolina with 16, Washington and Philadelphia with 15, and then the Islanders, the Blue Jackets, and the Rangers all with 14. So 4 points separate them, 6 separate the teams in the Atlantic, 7 the Pacific, and here in the bottom of the league, you've got St. Louis with 10 and Colorado with 21, so 11 points difference. Calgary also has 10. So 10 is the minimum to play in this league. So St. Louis and Calgary are at the bottom with 10 points. Next up is 13, which includes Minnesota, San Jose, and Florida. And then the Nashville Predators at 14. So we're 4 points off the bottom with a lot of teams. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams at 14 points. And Colorado leads it all with 21. So, yeah, the Central Division, our division, has the league leader and the basement. So we have the biggest gap between the first and last place. The Pacific, which has Calgary in it, 10. Also, the team leading that, there's 2 teams tied at 17. And that is the lowest amount leading any division. And of course, Colorado has played 14 games, and Calgary has played 15. Calgary has played 15. Edmonton has played 15. Nashville has played 15. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that have played 15 games. Calgary, Vancouver, Nashville, Edmonton, and Boston. Edmonton and Boston are at 16 points. So that's Boston is not leading their division. They're just at the top because of that. Okay, so Boston is in the middle of their division with 15, and the Preds are tied. No, the Preds are 6th, and 15 games is also the Oilers, Vancouver, and Calgary. 3 of the teams in the Pacific. 3 teams in the Pacific have played 15 games. So, and they're all in the bottom half of the division. 15, playing playing the more games isn't getting you to the top of the league, top of the division. Colorado's played 14 though, just one less. So I'm not. The Preds are heading off to Stockholm, Sweden, to play 2 games, and that's going to take about a week or more, actually, isn't it? So they play the 10th in New York, go off to Sweden. So there's, I guess, 11 days. So that the 22nd, they're back in town and playing Colorado. So they have 11 days off. They're going to be behind. They are going to talk about, the announcers have been spending a lot of time trying to excuse the Predators by saying they played a lot of games and they hadn't had time off. You want to talk about not having time off? Well, when they come back, they are going to, they're going to be in a hurry. It doesn't really look that way, but I guess it probably no 3 days between, I think is, maybe more of the issue. Let's see, I think I've got this somewhere to calculate the number of days between games. That's 6 there. Oh, but that's when they are in Sweden. 21. I got sometime at one point in time they've got 21 days between games. So that must be the that's in February. That's going to be during that break. So yeah, it doesn't look like early in the schedule they've had more than, they're going to have 4, but this is the Pittsburgh stuff. So leading up to here, they did have 3 days between games here. The Anaheim, they played on October 28th and then the 21st. So they had a few more days, Saturday, Tuesday, this season. Maybe not as many as some other teams, but I mean, they're played about the same number of games as everybody else. So, I think that's more of the issue is when they come back. They might have a lot more. They're going to have plenty of times to rest and think while they're over in Sweden. Hopefully they can take advantage of it. Okay, but that's in the future. What do we have tonight? Tonight we've got the Philadelphia Flyers coming in town. They are tied for 4th in the Metropolitan Division with Washington. Both teams have 15 points, but Washington has 3 more regulation wins. RW, that is the first tie-breaking point. Earlier in the season, I forgot that. I had to look all this stuff up again. Remember what it is there that we're looking at. It's called hockey. They play it on ice. So Philadelphia is 7-5-1. On the road, they are 1-2-1. So they've only played 4 of their 13 games on the road. Thursday, tonight's game will be the last of their 2-game road trip. They are 1-0-0 on this road trip with a 5-4 shootout win against Montreal on Tuesday. Then next up, 2 games at home, Saturday against Ottawa, Wednesday against Edmonton. This is the last game of 2 versus Philadelphia. See you, Philadelphia. Probably not play again until next year. Back on October 30th, Philadelphia won in Philadelphia 4-1. Last year, Philadelphia did win both games. In November, a 3-2 overtime win here in Nashville, and in March, a 2-1 win in Philadelphia. Last year, Philadelphia was 8th in the Metropolitan Division and sitting in the league rankings just ahead of Nashville. 1 point, 1 position, 4 points. They have 3 players on their injured list that were with the regular club. There's 2 other guys who play for their AHL team. Who cares? I care that they're injured, but not going to affect how they line up tonight. Injured, was supposed to be back today. It looks like it's the 8th now. Number 33, goaltender Samuel Urson, day-to-day, expected back on the 8th of November. Number 71, right wing Tyson Forster, day-to-day, expected back on the 14th. And number 55, defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen. Week to week, expected back December 1st. And with all of that, on November 3rd, they recalled number 36 defenseman Emil Andre from the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Phantoms. And that's Philadelphia. So the Predators are 6th in the Central with 14 points. They are 5-6-4 at home, a winning record 4-3-2. 4-3-2. Blast off. Their 4 overtime losses are tied for second with 4 other teams. So 5 teams have 4 overtime losses. One team has 5, and they're leading the league, Colorado. They have 5 overtime losses. They're 8-1-5. And when they go to overtime, they've lost them all, just like the Preds. So I guess the Preds do have a shootout win, so that's better. But there you go. So 5 overtime losses for Colorado. This is a 2-game homestand. Saturday, Dallas comes into town for a 2:30. Yeah, that's right. What time? Tonight's game is at 7. Tonight's game is at 7. Let's check the schedule. Make sure it still says 7. That says 7. That says 7. I guess we can believe it's at 7. But Saturday's game is at 2:30. The afternoon game in Nashville. I'm not sure what the weather's supposed to be. It's supposed to be rainy tomorrow. Saturday might be okay. But, tonight's game is at 7 o'clock. Saturday's game, 2:30. The Preds also have 3 players injured. Roman Josi, number 59 defenseman, not expected back now until the 24th of November, had been the 10th. And number 83 defenseman Adam Wilsby, day-to-day, expected back on the 6th. That's today, but still not sure if he's going to be back or they're going to push it out. That was one thing I noticed about Philadelphia was Urson was supposed to be back on the 6th. Now it's the 8th. Forster was supposed to be back on the 12th. Now it's the 14th. Cole Smith, not expected back till mid-December now. So that's unfortunate. On the 4th, the Predators did recall number 68 left wing Zachary Leroux from Milwaukee. That's right. You've got 2 injured defensemen, so you recall Leroux. Not sure how the announcers say it. Leroux, I think, is what they say. Sorry, when I look at it, I see the French word happy. Leroux from Milwaukee is here. Number 68. He is playing for the Preds. Okay, none of that. All right. So statistics. Fun. Okay, so the Predators have played, what's this now, 15 games. We're getting close to that magic number of 20, at least overall. Home, they have played 9, so we'll still take those numbers with a little bit of a grain of salt. I mean, I guess it still shows a trend. You know, if it's not a statistic, it's a trend. Trends aren't good. No trend is good. It's kind of like last year. I know Stamkos doesn't want to talk about last year, but boy, last year was tough because everything you look at indicated they were going to lose. I mean, there was very few things you could look at and say, hey, look, this is going to, this is indicative of a win. This year, it's, the first goal, when the Preds get the first goal, they're 4-1-2. So, about even money there on what's going to happen if the Preds get the first goal. If they do not, they're 1-5-2. So, yeah, pretty much the first goal, if they don't get it, they're going to lose. They got the first goal against Dallas the other night and lost. But generally, let's see, so they've gotten the first goal. They did not get the first goal once, and they won. So when was that? They did not get it and won. Loss, win, win. Oh, yeah, L.A. L.A. got the first goal, and but the Preds still managed to win that game in a shootout. Right. Okay. Yeah, so that was tied. Yeah, four periods tied. The only period that was won was the shootout. Yeah. Okay, so in general, when they're not playing Los Angeles, if they don't get the first goal, they're going to lose. If they do get it, they got half a chance so far. At home, it's very similar. If they get it 3-1-1, so pretty much even money there. If they don't, 1-2-1, so about a 3-1. At least they pick up a point, maybe. But yeah, definitely not what you're looking for. Winning by period, the Preds have now won the first period twice. They're 2-4-9 in the first period, 3-5-7 in the second, 5-9-1 in the third, 0-4-1 in overtime. So the Preds have had 5 overtime games and have won one of those, but won that in the shootout. I think the announcers were pointing out, I guess 2 of the overtime games were lost like in the last few seconds. You get so close. It's just heartbreaking. At home, the Preds are 2-1-6 in the first, 1-4-4 in the second, 3-5-1 in the third. So I guess 2-1-6. I guess you can call that a winning record. More wins than losses, and then a tie. So I guess you can call that a winning record. So I guess that's at home in the first period they have a winning record. The thing that matters there most to me is how that correlates to winning, losing the game. Let's just take a quick look at home. They're 1-1. 1-1 when they win the first period at home. Oh yeah, to 2. Right, that was 2-1-6. Right. So the 2 times they have won the first period at home, they split those 1-1. When they lost at home, they're 0-1, and when they tie at home, they are 3-3. Overall, same sort of thing. 1-1. 0 when they win, 0-4 when they lose, and 4-5 when they tie the first period. So yeah, that's not great. The second period, similar. When they win the second period, they're 1-2. When they lose it, they're 0-5, and when they tie it, they're 4-3. Third period, same thing. When they win it, they're 3-2. When they lose it, they're 1-8, and when they tie it, they're 1-0. So not a lot of ties in the third period. The combinatorics of the first and second period still pretty much split. Tied the first, and then 3 times won the second, and 3 times lost the second, and 3 times tied the second. So, that's well, when they tie the first and tie the second, they're 3-0-0. So that's some good news there. They tie the first and lose. No, that's lost. When they lost the first and tied tied. That's the other three. Okay, so when they lost the first and tied the second, that's also happened 3 times, and they're 0-2-1. So there's 4 scenarios that has happened 3 times. 3 of them, they tied the first, and then equally 1 lost and tied 3 each. The best record being if they tied both periods. And then the other time that there has been 3 is when they lose the first period and tie the second, and that's 0-2-1. That's no bueno at all there. There are 3 scenarios that have happened once, and that's when they lost the second. 1 time each they won and lost the first, and then tied the second. And in that case, they won the first, tied the second. So that's happened once. The 2 scenarios that haven't happened yet are winning the first, winning the second, or losing the first and winning the second. So yeah, the best record is if they tie the first and second periods. That same number down here in home. So it's that's the most combinatoric there is to tie the first and tie the second. Again, that's happened 3 times. There was 1 scenario that's happened twice where they tied the first and lose the second, and they're 0-1-1 in those situations. And losing the second, they won the first, lost the first. Both of those happened once, and then winning the first and tying the second has happened once. And that's good. That's 1-0. So tying at home, interesting. Tying the second has led to 4 victories. Huh. And they're 4. So all 4 wins, they tied the second. That's okay. All 4 wins here at home, they have tied the second period. Well, they've never lost the first and tied the second, so they're here at home anyway. It was interesting. All those 3 came on the road. Yeah, funny. But anyway, so yeah, if the Preds tie the second period, they're going to win the game. You heard it here first. Okay. So that's your combinatorics there. Moving into goal scoring. Quick look at goal scoring. The Preds are being outscored in every period. 9-11, 13-16, 16-20. Here at home. Oh, wow. So I guess it looks like on the road, the Preds haven't scored in the first period. That's kind of funny. How many games have they played on their 1-3-2? 1-3-2 on the road. Is that right? That's got to be right. Yeah, 1-3-2. They're 1-3-2 on the road, and they have not scored in the first period on the road at all. 0. But tonight's game's not on the road. That'll something we'll worry about when we play the Rangers next week in New York. Here at home, the Preds are outscoring their opponents 9-6. Woo! There is a scenario where the Preds are outscoring the opponents. Happy day. They are not outscoring them in the second or third. 7-11 in the second, 8-10 in the third. When the Preds win, when the Preds win, they're tied in the second period. They're outscoring the opponents in the first and third by 1 in the third. But that could be empty nets too. And in the first 5-2, when they lose the game, they're tied here at home, 4-4 in the first, being outscored 4-8 in the second and 4-7 in the third. So I guess that's why tying the second is so important here at home. Let's see again, what does that mean? So the Preds scoring in the 3 different scenarios when they come to the period winning, tied, and losing. They are being outscored in, well, there's one scenario that they're not being outscored in, and that's the third period. Sorry, got an early start this morning. Prudence had to go on a field trip with the kids and had to get up an hour earlier. Yeah, so when they enter the third period tied, this is overall, they are outscoring the opponents 3-2. That's the only scenario overall where they are outscoring their opponents. The third period, they're even 8-8, but the opposition has 4 empty net goals. So that cancels that out. I thought the Preds had a couple of empty net goals. So, I'm going to have to check that number. Because I think the Preds do have a couple of empty net goals, don't they? I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah. Forsberg got one the other night. They got 2 against Ottawa. Yeah, so it's 3. I'm going to have to check that calculation there. But in any event, they're being outscored in pretty much every situation. This situation remains the same when there's the empty net goal. That's 1, and there's 2. So there's 3. Okay, so the Preds winning, that's where the empty net goals are. Okay. Preds enter the period winning is when they're getting their empty net goals, so not tied or losing. So that's not going to. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. When they enter the third period losing, they I think they pretty much lose. So the other team has 4 empty net goals in those scenarios. Yeah, funny, I wasn't looking at the Preds winning, so my calculations are fine. I've got 3. So what is that? So that makes, in the third period overall, the Preds have scored 5-6. They enter the period winning. They're being outscored 5-6, but it's worse than that. It's 2-6 because they've got 3 empty net goals. So they're, this is like last year. Where where the Preds are outscored in every situation. They're not scoring and yada, yada, yada. Anyways, okay, so enough of that. Try to find some good news. Maybe we'll find them in the matchups. All right, so let's look at the matchups then. Let's see, do we have any good news in there? Well, let's see. The Preds have scored more goals than Philadelphia. Unfortunately, Philadelphia scored more goals when they played Nashville. Nashville scored 38 goals this year, Philadelphia 35. They're both in the bottom of the league in the first period, and scoring goals, 9 for Nashville, 10 for Philadelphia. That makes them 19th and 25th. 24th and 19th in the first. In the second period, they're 25th and 19th, 11 and 13. And then the Preds have scored 3 more goals, 16-13 in the third. 16 goals is 12th in the league, 13 is 25th, so 3 goals difference. Nashville did score the 1 goal against Philadelphia in the second period, and that is the period that Philadelphia is the worst at, oddly enough. And goals against, the Preds are 5th in the league, Philadelphia is 26th. So they're a team that is at the bottom of the league in scoring goals and being scored on. Interesting, double digits only in the second period. So Philadelphia has only given up 6 goals in the first period this year. That makes them 31st in the league. They give up 19. They've given up 19 in the second, which is third, and then 9 in the third, which is also 31st. So, they've given up more goals in the second period than they have in the first and third combined. And the Preds got their goal in the second. So I guess if the Preds are going to score, they better roll it up in the second period. Philadelphia got 2 in the second against the Preds. The Preds are 11th in the league, giving up 16. They are 5th in the league with 20 goals in the third period, 17th in the league in the first with 11. The Philadelphia got 2 goals in the second, and then 2 in the third, a power play and an empty netter. Empty. I wonder. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull this up that quick. Goals against by strength. Goals against by strength. That would be 6-on-5, right? But goals against power, empty net goals against. Empty net goals against 6 for Minnesota. Nashville is 6th in the league, having given up 4. The Rangers and the Canucks have given up 5. So 4 gets you the top 9. So that's a lot. Let's see. Vancouver has played 15 games, and they've got 5 empty netters against. Wow. That's the Wild. The Wild come to town on. No. Wasn't the Wild just here? I don't know. I'm confused. No, we just went to Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota is tops in the league with 6 empty net goals scored on them. Let's see, anybody have 0? Oh, a couple teams have 0. Anaheim and Colorado. Empty net goals against. Yeah, well, Colorado, 8-1-5. Okie dokie. So, so if the Preds are going to get their goals, they need to get it in the second period. 19 goals against. They've given up 35 goals all year and 19 in the second period. That's pretty amazing. All right, well, let's move to special teams. Philadelphia is 6th in the league in the penalty kill. The Preds have dropped to 13th. Philadelphia has given up 6 goals on 46 attempts. Nashville 9 on 49. So Nashville's given up 3 more goals on 3 more attempts. Nashville has scored a shorthanded goal. Philadelphia has not. So the net ranking, they get a little closer, 9th and 14th. And so Philadelphia has had the 9th most opportunities on the penalty kill, if you want to call those opportunities. The Preds are 7th. Both teams have the right equation going here. Philadelphia is 26th in the league and being scored on with the 9th most opportunities, so that's good. The Preds are 17th being scored on with the 7th most opportunities. I would like to see the number of penalties drop. On the power play, Philadelphia's midpoint in the league. They're 14th. The Preds are near the bottom, but sneaking up. No, not sneaking up on anybody. Eking up, maybe. Philadelphia has scored 9 goals on 43 attempts, and Nashville has 7 on 46. So Nashville has 2 less on 3 more attempts. Philadelphia has given up 2 shorthanded goals, so their net ranking is pretty close, 20th and 22nd, with Philadelphia having a 16.3% effectiveness and Nashville a 15.2%, so that's pretty close. Philadelphia is on the wrong side of the opportunity goal equation. They've had no, I guess not. No. They're on the right side. Yeah. They've had 18. They're 18th in opportunities and 15th in scoring. So their scoring outpaces their opportunities. Preds are in the wrong situation with the 11th most opportunities on the power play in the league and the 25th ranked with number of goals scored. So that's the wrong side of that ratio. to be on. Let's see, since we're talking about that, let me pull up my special teams spreadsheet here and see if there's anything interesting. Let's see, the opponents are at 13% effectiveness in the first. Nashville is 15%. Nashville's 8% in the second, 11% for the opponents. And the third period is where the goals get scored, I guess. Nashville is 25% effectiveness in the third period. And the opposition is 31%. Both similar. The Preds have had 12 opportunities and scored 3 goals, and the opposition 13 opportunities and scored 4. So the opposition had one more opportunity than the Preds and turned that into a goal. Both teams have scored 2 power play goals in the second. The Preds have scored 2, and the opposition 3 in the first. So let's take a quick look at home. At home, the Preds are outscoring their opposition 6-3 on the power play on 7 less opportunities. The opponents have gotten 1 goal each in each period, with 15 opportunities in the first, 15 in the second, and 7 in the third, which is interesting. The opposition overall, their most number of opportunities is in the first. Interesting, it does decrease over time, 24 in the first, 19 in the second, and 13 in the third. The Preds' most opportunities is in the second, fairly equal between the first and third, 13 and 12. But 24 in the second, only two goals on 24 opportunities. That's not stellar. Home, similar. Most opportunities in the second, least number of goals in the second. They're 3 for 10 in the third, though. That's good. They've had as many power play goals in the third period here in Nashville as the opponents have had at all. That part's good. Yeah. So, on the road. That's this isn't on the road. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. That we don't want to talk about that. We'll get to that next week. Eek. Don't want to. Don't like that number. Don't like that number. We're not going to talk about it. Now, here I am not talking about it. Okay, well, so tonight, Philadelphia in town. So what? I don't think it's doing this a little early today, and unconfirmed goaltenders, so I'm on my own, making the wrong decision. But Philadelphia, Dan Vladar is 5-3-0. Samuel Urson is 2-1-1, and Alexei Kolosov is 0-1-0. They brought Kolosov up because Urson is injured. This year, Vladar was in goal in the first game, so he's 1-0 in that 4-1 win. It was the last of a 3-game winning streak. The other 2 wins were shootout wins, so that was unique about them beating Nashville in regular time. Last year in goal, Kolosov was in goal in the first game. That was a 3-2 overtime win here in Nashville in November. It was the first game of a 3-game winning streak for Philadelphia. The second game, Fedotov was in goal. It's also a winning record, 1-0, 2-1 win in Philadelphia in late March. And it was the last game of the 3-game winning streak. So the Preds last year were involved in winning streaks for 3 games. Yeah, same this year. That won't be true tonight, but so both games last year were involved in a 3-game winning streak for Philadelphia, and so was the first game this year. So I guess they should. Well, I mean, I guess it still could if they beat us and beat Ottawa on Saturday. They'll have a 3-game winning streak, and Nashville will be part of it again. But hopefully that's not the case. Arson is injured. Kolosov played in a back-to-back over the weekend, so we are going to see Vladar again. Vladar. I'm going with Vladar. It's Vladar. So Vladar in goal. I don't think that doesn't even look like that's questionable. For Nashville, UC Saros is 5-4-3, and Noonan is 0-2-1. This year, we didn't play. I kind of have to agree with that one. So this year, Philadelphia was not part of a back-to-back. Saros was in goal, and it was the last of a 3-game losing streak. So, funny. Philadelphia's win against Nashville was the last of a 3-game win streak this year, and the loss to Philadelphia was the end of a 3-game losing streak for Nashville. Wow. Last year, Saros was in goal in the first game. It was the first of 3 overtime loses. 3 overtime losses in a row, and the second game of an 8-game losing streak. We seem to be playing a lot of the teams that were involved in that losing streak. And Noonan was in goal in the second game, and that was the third game of a 6-game losing streak. So there's that. Noonan did play Tuesday. So had the back-to-back. He played Tuesday against Minnesota. Knew we played Minnesota. And Saros in goal tonight. No. I don't think there's any question as to the goaltenders tonight. It's been pretty obvious. Unless Urson is back, I guess would be the one thing that might change things back, but not supposed to be. People to watch. Number 74, Owen Tippett, right wing. He's first on the team with 5 goals, second in points with 10, first in shooting with 38. And, of course, Zegras got 2 goals in the first game against Nashville. He's third on the team with 4 goals, first on the team in assists, so he's first on the team in points. So that's number 46 center Trevor Zegras. There's 2 players that have shooting percentages over 20. I guess actually there must be 3. I think there's 3 because one guy has only played like 2 games. His 2 games, I think he's got 2 shots. And let's just make sure of that. Of course, if I'm looking for stats on Philadelphia, it would be handy if I was looking at the Philadelphia stats and not the Nashville stats, because Forsberg, for one, his shooting percentage isn't great. Nikita Grabinkin, he's played in 9 goals. Yeah, but he's one goal on 2 shots. So, kind of toss that out. But Tyson Forster is then, for people who have actually played a number of games and had a number of shots, he's 21.1%, 19 shots, 4 goals. He's injured, so I don't think we need to worry about him. And then Bobby Brink has a shooting percentage of 20.8%, 5 goals. He's first on the team, tied with Tippett for first on the team with goals, with 5 on 24 shots. So 20.8% shooting percentage. That's number 10, right wing Bobby Brink. So connecting. He had 1 goal in the previous game as the empty net. He was a big person on their team last year. I think he's somebody we were tracking. And looks like his numbers are starting to come up, and so is Zegras. So, yeah, I think that's somebody you've got to worry about for sure. So Zegras and Konecny 46 and 11, and then Bobby Brink 10. And then if you've got enough numbers, you can stop there. Or number 74, Owen Tippett. Right wing Tippett, right wing Brink, center Zegras, right wing, all right wings. Funny. Game preview. They can't all play right wing, can they? Brink, Zegras, Konecny, Hathaway. Okay. I guess, where's Tippett? Tippett is playing left wing. Tippett plays on the line with Zegras. Yeah, that's listed as the second line. So it's Mykov, Couturier, and Brink on the first line. That doesn't seem right. Anyway, Konecny's on the third line. So anyway, second line, they probably play in the power play together. Is probably what Zegras, Konecny, Tippett, they all play together on the Zegras, Konecny, and Tippett all play together on the first power play group. That's your deal. All right, so running through the numbers again: 74-10, 74-10, 46-11. Hut. I can't think of any way to make that any easier. For the Nashville Predators, number 1 on your sheet is number 9, Philip Forsberg, left wing, first in goals, second assist, first in points, first in shooting. 6 goals, 5 assists. Luke Evangelista leads the team with 7 assists. Some reason I thought there was 2, but I only see 1. So he leads with 7, and then second place is 5, and there's 4 players at 5, Forsberg, Bunting, Haula, and Stastny. That's fun. Forsberg has 6 goals, and then O'Reilly has 5 to make him second on the team. He's tied for second in points with 9. His shooting percentage is 20.8%. 24 shots, 5 goals on 24 shots, just like Bobby Brink. But he's not on the ice nearly as much. Konecny is also on the ice the most for forwards, 1905. So Forsberg, number 9, first in goals, number 90, Ryan O'Reilly. Second in goals, first in shooting percentage, the forward that's on the ice the most. We also have number 56, Eric Haula, with 5 assists. And also tied with 9 points is in second place, 9 points, is number 58, Michael Bunting. And he's second on the team with a shooting percentage, 20 shots with 4 goals. So, 58. Stamkos did get a goal the other night, sent us to overtime. So that's 2 goals for him, 1 assist. He's second on the team in shooting. His stats are rather unimpressive. Marcia Show doesn't have much to brag about either. He's third on the team in goals with 4, and not two assists. So neither of those players are putting up generous stats. I have been a little negative, I've been negative on Brady Skay, number 76 defenseman Brady Skay. But I think his instincts on where the puck is going seem to be pretty good. He's had a couple of really good moves on the power play against LA. Where we were sitting, he was on our side of the ice, and he just shot across the ice and to the other side and stole the puck, coming down the. I guess it depends on what's coming down the boards, and and so I guess I've paid a little bit more attention. I think that seems maybe that's where his maybe that's where his skill comes from, is the anticipation of what's going to happen. He's had a number of other good plays so far this year, so maybe he's starting to come into his own here in Nashville. Not going to necessarily put up numbers in the goals and assists column, although playing that much in defense, he should, at some point or another do well in that regard. Decided this year not to look at plus minus, but I just did. He has the lowest plus minus on the team, -7. He's got 4 assists. 4 assists isn't bad. It's just, I guess, four assists, right? Yeah. 4 assists, 4 points. So I should be mentioning him because, 5 assists is, there are 4 players with 5 assists. It had been 4, and now it's 5. So, just maybe that's where he's going to, is being a really good defensive defenseman. Although we'll see. I still, okay. Anyway, I'm trying to have a positive outlook on Brady Skay. Boy, it sure would be nice if Marchessault and Stamkos could step up. I did predict Stamkos getting a hat trick the other night. If he did, it was in the locker room with a hat. Maybe he pulled a rabbit out of the hat. But it was not on the ice. It would be nice to see them start to contribute. It would be nice to see the Preds scoring a little bit more. That's for sure. That would definitely help. Scoring goals definitely helps when trying to win the game. You can't win with 0 goals. Yeah. As far as momentum goes, Philadelphia is 7-5-1, 1-2-1 on the road. They are 1-2-0 since playing Nashville. They did win their last game in a shootout. Nashville is 5-6-4, 4-3-2 at home, 1-0-2 since playing Philadelphia, and they lost the last 2 in overtime. So 3 games, 4 points. At least they're still gathering points, but that neither team has really excelled since that last game, and kind of hard to tell where they're going and what they're thinking about. But either way, this is the last time we will face Philadelphia, 7 o'clock tonight, Bridgestone Arena. Thanks for listening. I'm Preston Proctor, and you've been listening to Predators Proclivity.